You have bloggers, I have God. Or more, Mercy Chinwo has dropped it like it's hot. Come on. Hello and welcome to Beyond the Buzz with Janelle, where we drop it like it's hot. Subscribe, like, and of course, drop a comment so we know that you are there. Anyways, moving on to the gist of today, Mercy Chinwo and her ex-manager has been trending for a while. You can get the clip of the previous video where I talked about it extensively from my previous post. Anyways, moving ahead, Mercy Chinwo has finally responded to EezeeTee. Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
Hello everyone, it's your girl Mercy Chinwo Blessed. First I want to say thanks to every one of you for your immense love and support. I never believed the day would come where I would sit here to share my story. For the sake of the body of Christ, I thought to bring some clarity to a lot of misleading news out there online about the Mercy Chinwo brand. A man said I sued him, came online, made videos to tarnish my image. He looked at me and said, I made you who you are and I will destroy you. I became scared of my life. It got to a point where I had to move from Lagos to Port Harcourt because this man made the environment toxic for me. I've endured bully, I've endured threats. Whatever he's doing on social media now is nothing compared to what I went through. This is not to paint him bad. He took me to court, came online to tell the public that I took him to court. Here are the documents. You took myself and Minister Judike to court. And you're here playing the victim game. You bullied me, you threatened my life, you said you made me who I am and that you would destroy me. When you were the same person, how many lawyers have you changed now? Because you said you're going to deal with me, you have connections, you have money. What did I do? What have I done to you? I took you as a father. I was once your backup singer. I served you diligently. We signed a management contract in 2017. As we progressed, you tried to convince me to sign a 12-year contract, which I said no. Since then, you started acting funny, always toxic because I did not extend the contract. Immediately after my contract, I discovered you forged a new contract. Please tell the world what happened to the 2017 and the 2019 contract. You seized my royalties for 2 years. You're a bully. You're an oppressor. One of my major crimes was when I did a song with Pastor Nathaniel Bassi. Because this man hates Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, you went as far as sponsoring fake news about an innocent child, my son, and you said my son was not my son. And you paid bloggers because you hate Pastor Jerry Eze. You won't want me to go for his events. The people you fight, I must fight them with you. And when I ask you questions, why don't you like them? You start harassing me. Because he had threatened me countlessly. You said you made me who I am and you have the power to destroy me. You are not God and you cannot destroy me. You have bloggers. I have God. The worst you can do is what you are doing. Like I said, what I went through working with you is nothing compared to what you are doing. You have bloggers. I have God. And I know that God will not let your plan come to pass. For his thoughts for me, they are of good and not of evil.
Or more, who do we believe? Different tales from both parties. I'm like, okay. In my opinion, I do not think Mercy Chinwo should even have responded to him. You are a brand. You should not fight dirty. You have lawyers. They could have responded, which they did. I understand that you are hot and you feel that, okay, someone is lying about you and is dragging your name in the mud. But do you think it's wise to go down the same mud and fight with that person? You will get stained. Do you know how to fight dirty? Personally, I think this is an embarrassment to the kingdom of God. Christians shouldn't come together and fight dirty like this in public. People are watching. Anyways, there's certain things she said that I am going to dissect. I remember when people were talking about Mercy Chinwo's child and the resemblance to Pastor Nathaniel Bassi. It was strange, and yeah, bloggers carried it. Some came out and apologized. Now, saying that EezeeTee was the one behind it, she should have proof that he paid bloggers to come and defame her, say that the child was Pastor Nathaniel's child. If she goes about saying that, then she should have proof or she will be held for defamation, which is part of the reasons I said she shouldn't have come out to respond, because your emotions will get in the way. From all you've said, this person, your manager, is calculated, and women, we are very emotional, very. I do not know who is saying the truth. I am not on anyone's side. So I'm just dissecting all of what has been said. Now, I find it strange, really, really strange, that one will sign a contract, a document, without having your own copy. I have worked in several organizations before, and the terms, the contract, is stipulated in the document. And usually, when my employer decides to act haywire, I usually go back to my contract for reference to recall if whatever it is that they're doing at the time, if it tallies to our agreement. It's a working document. Such a document is a working document that you should be making reference to. So saying that for 5 years you do not have a copy that you signed is very strange. And it reminds me of Mr. Roy, who was one of the producers of Mercy Chinwo's song. He also claimed that he signed a document before he was paid, I think 140K or 120K. He signed a document that he did not read. So if you do not read and you do not have a copy, then whatever comes to you, you should hold yourself responsible, because now you're trying to fight EezeeTee and there's no reference point. That does not put you in a good light at all. So where is the document? It was claimed that the document was doctored. Yes, it looked doctored. But where is the original that you can make reference to? From what I'm seeing, if what is said is the truth, he probably took advantage of their relationship and her naivety, which is what most business people, or should I say some business people, do. I also find it petty that for me to prove my loyalty to an organization, I would inherit your enemies. That is really, really strange. Your enemies cannot be my enemies, but your enemy can be my friend. In my previous video, EezeeTee claimed that he said he was suing EFCC because they made him part ways with $274,000, which is over 265 million naira. Now, Mercy Chinwo, from her lawyers, said that when they were at EFCC, EezeeTee claimed that he was keeping that money for her, that he did not steal it, so she would not mismanage it. And they reconciled amidst tears, maybe crocodile tears, I do not know. And everything seemed to be settled. And they were waiting on him to reconcile the account. And then, boom, next thing you know, he sued Mercy Chinwo. So that was not what he said. So all I'm saying, I am quoting what Mercy Chinwo's lawyers said. I'd like to clear up something I found out. Yeah, it was said that the royalties was 50-50, Mercy 50 and EezeeTee 50%. And many people came out and said, oh, it's not done. Usually record labels and their artists is usually a 70-30 or an 80-20, but she's getting 50-50. It was said by the lawyers, Mercy Chinwo's lawyers. Split is done after all other expenses has been made. I am not in the music industry. I do not know if that's a fair deal. But it was also said that Mercy Chinwo was getting outside gigs, which she was not remitting. And he held onto her royalties for 2 years, which was, of course, what he paid back at EFCC. I don't know, maybe that triggered something in him and caused the whole lawsuit. I have no idea. But for him to go about threatening that he made her is going to bring her down. If I were Mercy, I would not take that lightly, because one, you do not recall, or you do not exactly know what you signed on the contract. You are signed to a record label. So the label owns your record, and there's a way they can push. There's push in the courts, and the case might turn against her, because since they are the owners of her songs, she may not be allowed to sing those songs. She may not even be be able to use the Mercy Chinwo as a brand. It just depends on how the case turns in the court. As I said, he knows something she probably doesn't know. But all the same, this whole drama is getting dirty. And for believers, we are supposed to live an exemplary life, a life that people would look up to. This is too worldly, this is too dirty. Come on, this is something that could and can be settled amicably, even without going to the courts. Both of them have spiritual fathers, which I heard they have exhausted that avenue. Anyways, I wish them the very best, and I pray this resolves as quickly and as smoothly, hopefully, as possible. So I've been thinking about this. There's some pertinent questions that comes to mind. Exactly is the cause of the rift? What exactly is the cause of these basbos? I don't understand. Is it money? Is it greed? Was EezeeTee pained that he let go of $274,000, or it was his ego that was in play? That okay, how can a small Mercy Chinwo, who is like a daughter to me, have the temerity to drag me to EFCC, and they made me part ways with my money? Is it pride? Who exactly is lying? Yes, he wanted Mercy Chinwo to sign a contract, a 12-year contract, when the 5 years contract expired. Could it be that he wants her to be in servitude, to be under his label like forever? Or is it because she refused to inherit his enemies? Or could it be because she has not done the last catalog that is expected of her? Meanwhile, Mercy Chinwo claimed that she had written the songs and tried to book recordings with him to do that last catalog before her contract with him elapsed. But he was too busy. Maybe it was a tactic for him to still keep her in his label, or to use it and drag her one day, which the day is here already. So I have so many questions. Oh, like, what could be the reason? I'd love to hear your thoughts about this Mercy Chinwo and her ex-manager issues. What do you think could be the reason for the bass boss? What could it be? Thank you so much for watching. Please give a thumbs up, drop a comment, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you.